Hello and welcome to the project description episode in the Resource Explainer video series for the proposed Delta Conveyance Project Draft Environmental Impact Report, or Draft EIR, where we summarize the contents of various chapters in the document. The Draft EIR, which is now available for public review and comment, was prepared by the Department of Water Resources to comply with the requirements of California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA. I'm Graham Bradner, Executive Director of the Delta Conveyance Design and Construction Authority. We assisted the Department of Water Resources with the design and engineering work needed to inform and support development of the draft EIR. Today, I'll provide just a few key highlights of Chapter 3, which covers the proposed project and alternatives, including construction and some non-construction elements. In the draft EIR, the Department of Water Resources identifies and analyzes a reasonable range of potentially feasible alternatives that can achieve the project objectives and avoid or reduce potentially significant environmental impacts. All of the alternatives are analyzed in the draft EIR at the same level of detail, and they all include main components that are similar in nature, including intakes in the North Delta, tunnels and shafts, and pumping and connection facilities. The proposed project is called the Bethany Reservoir Alternative, also known as Alternative 5. The Bethany Reservoir Alternative includes construction of 2 new intakes in the North Delta, each sized to capture 3,000 cubic feet of water per second, with state-of-the-art fish screens. The intakes would connect to a tunnel to move that water to existing State Water Project distribution facilities in the South Delta. The tunnel alignment would follow an eastern alignment to Lower Roberts Island, then continue heading south to the existing Bethany Reservoir on the California Aqueduct. The tunnel would be approximately 100 feet underground and accessed through 3 types of shafts. Launch shafts for starting a tunnel drive and removing reusable tunnel material, or RTM. Maintenance shafts for servicing the tunnel boring machine at midway points along the tunnel drive, and reception shafts for removing the tunnel boring machine from the tunnel drive. The facilities proposed in the South Delta would convey the water from the underground tunnel into the State Water Project. In general, these components include facilities for pumping water out of the tunnel, controlling water levels and flows, and then conveying water to the existing State Water Project facilities. This means that there would be a surge basin and pumping plant near Mountain House Road and Byron Highway, 3 miles of aqueduct pipelines from the pumping plant to a discharge structure at Bethany Reservoir. The Bethany Reservoir Alternative would not require construction of a forebay, which substantially reduces effects to wetlands and other water resources as compared to other project alternatives. Rather, the single tunnel would deliver water directly to new facilities for release into Bethany Reservoir. The 8 action alternatives analyzed in the draft EIR vary by flow capacity, alignment of the tunnel corridor, and the location of facilities to convey water to existing State Water Project facilities. A no project alternative is also included and describes likely conditions if the project were not implemented, including reasonably foreseeable changes in existing conditions and potential alternate actions that may be taken absent a project, such as increased conservation, recycling, and desalination. The proposed project and alternatives include some non-construction elements as well. These are things like field investigations that would refine the final design, contract amendments to incorporate terms and conditions for new conveyance facilities into existing water supply contracts, an adaptive management program to evaluate and consider changes in operational criteria, and a community benefits program to address local Delta community effects beyond CEQA considerations. Chapter 3 also includes a description of how the proposed project would be operated, meaning how, when, and under what circumstances the new facilities would be used. The operations would continue to comply with existing water quality requirements and rules for fishery protections, with new operating criteria specifically for the project that would provide additional protections for fish. In the winter and spring, operations would prioritize using of the South Delta facilities, meaning the new intakes in the north would only be used when the same water couldn't be safely captured by the existing system. In the summer and fall, state water project operations could shift part of the Delta diversions from the South Delta facilities to the new intakes in the north to help manage water quality in the Delta. A required level of Sacramento River flow must be passing the intakes before any water could be diverted. There would be additional limitations during times when there are pulses of fish near the intakes. These operations are meant to improve DWR's ability to efficiently capture, move, and store water when it is available, especially from big storm events becoming more common due to climate change and the resulting impacts on precipitation and runoff patterns. If you'd like to review the draft EIR or this chapter in particular, please visit www.deltaconveyanceproject.com. Comments on the draft EIR can be submitted by email, regular mail, verbally at public hearings, or through our website. Your comments will be considered, and all substantive comments will be responded to in the final EIR. Thanks for watching.